This is Youth Jam Radio Drive.
Eric, at home, you haven't got a TV, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's correct.
It's very sad for you. Do you
Why?
miss it? Do you miss having?
No.
You don't. What?
No, I don't. Not at
fair
all.
enough.
It's just YouTube and Netflix for me, hands down.
Fair enough. But then, so Netflix on his phone then.
On my iPad or on my laptop.
But you're missing out on a show called My Kitchen Rules. It's been going for 10 years on Channel 7, and it kicks off tonight from 7 p.m. straight after the news.
Is it something like MasterChef? Because I've seen.
Yes,
MasterChef.
but MasterChef is not as good as it.
It's not as good as it.
Because My Kitchen Rules is like a teams of people, like couples or people.
Oh, okay. So it's not like solo.
No, and then then the judges and the teams go visit everyone's house, and they cook food in their house, and they judge it, kind of thing.
Huh. So it's not like a competition then. It
is a competition, but it's run a lot differently to MasterChef.
Okay.
So at the beginning, it's a house visit. So each couple, they host the teams in their house, and they make them a whole meal, and the judges too. And then they move on to like these outdoor, like you know how we have an outdoor broadcast.
Yeah.
They have an outdoor kitchen broadcast, and they cook for everyone. And then like these massive crowds come and eat their food, and they judge it and stuff like that. And then the last like couple of weeks, so they're in the HQ, and then they just like MasterChef a little bit, and they got to cook in the stuff and like that. But
okay, yeah. So it's basically like MasterChef, but with a twist.
a big twist.
Ah.
And it's been going longer than MasterChef.
Mm.
So take that, Channel 10. But it's on tonight for the first time, and I've heard some things that apparently they're doing stuff that they've never done before in the show.
What are they doing?
I don't know. Haven't looked at it yet, but apparently they're doing more stuff than normal.
I can imagine something outrageous like cooking while on an airplane or or something, you know.
That's like our idea to broadcast from an airplane. But then one thing they are doing, I know that they're doing this. Then they're bringing in two strangers to work in a couple. So usually it's like family members or friends who are in a couple. This time it's two strangers, and the aim is to see if two strangers can win the competition. So but then in the ads, one is nice and one is mean. So yeah, generic.
Yeah, but maybe they're both nice. It's just the way they edit it.
Yeah, well, they always do that. They always change it to make people look really mean and horrible. But I reckon really they're all sweet cupcakes, you know. And then I told you earlier about my Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
And you were outraged by that, weren't you?
Yeah. Sounds kind of stupid, really. The idea.
It is, because what's the point? You get married to someone you never met before. Like, sure, it might be I don't know what it's meant to be. A first shot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. It might work. It might not work.
I know. But in the advert, this lady was like, "I was happily in love. I loved this guy, and then I left him." And then the reason is, well, it could be a good reason. The guy didn't want kids, but I'm still like, well, you could have had a good thing with that guy. He loved you lots. Yeah. I'm sure they could have worked out an agreement or something. But they didn't do it. But
this is Youth Jam Radio Drive.
Talking all things TV shows, My Kitchen Rules, Married at First Sight. And I told you about it earlier, about how they're seeing someone for the first time and marrying them, and it's legal. And you were a bit disturbed. We'll go with that. You're a bit confused about that.
Yeah, kind of just odded out that this is a thing that people are willing to do.
Yeah, because I don't get why you do it. Because for me, if I was to marry someone, commit to someone, I want to know them for a while first. I wouldn't even. I want to know them for about a year or so at least. Not first up.
Yeah, because that's kind of pushing it.
Exactly. Because what if what if you meet the person, right, and they are like a snorer, or something like that, or they're a loud eater, or you don't like their traits or something? Then you're stuck with them for a whole experiment. Because you can't leave the experiment until it's finished. Well, you can. So what they do is they have a honeymoon where they go together, obviously, but they enjoy that. They do some fun stuff there, and then after, they have weekly couple sessions with in these deciding rounds. And if they're unhappy, they can leave the experiment early. But the whole fun of it is because you get free food and that kind of stuff. So I'm sure some of them just stay for the free food.
Yeah, I'd probably go just for the free food.
Exactly.
Honestly, I just go there to eat.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not there for the love, I'm there for the food. But
I mean that's love for me.
We're in love with the food, but there is some pretty good food. They've got roast dinners and all these different it's posh food. It's what you get in a 5-star hotel.
Amazing.
I know, but I have read that apparently the dining hall is in a warehouse with no air conditioning, and they record it in summer. And it gets 40 degrees, so they're sweltering, but they get free wine, free drink.
Yep, the free food solves it,
Yeah, it speaks for itself.
This is Youth Jam Radio Drive.
But we are talking all things TV this afternoon with the launch of the two shows tonight on Channel 7, Channel 9. We have MAFS, which is Married at First Sight, and NKR, My Kitchen Rules, and Eric is still very confused about the MAFS, the Married at First Sight TV program. What are you confused about, Eric?
No, I'm not confused, actually. I'm just surprised that people would actually be willing to do this.
So you're confused why they're doing it. There you go.
No, I'm not confused. I'm surprised.
He's surprised. Fine. I'll give him that one. He doesn't want to admit that he's confused.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. He sees how it is.
This is Youth Jam Radio Drive.
A man who can talk, can photo, can video, and
No.
he's good though. He's a good at that. Sorry, Eric.
It's average. At best. Average at best.
The average can get better. So I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna make you the best I can make you. You're gonna next. You're gonna be the next Isaac Mulcrone.
Oh.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, that
gosh.
means that means I'm gonna make a rival company then.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, I'm not teaching you anything anymore.
Yeah, it's gotta be oldie jam radio. Yeah.
No, you could do senior jam radio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could do middle-aged jam radio.
Yeah, middle-aged.
Or you could just do toddler jam radio.
Yeah.
Your kind of crowd.
Maybe Goo Goo Gaga.
That could be the slogan. Goo Goo Gaga. Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Got our plans already set.
Mhm.
Oh, your plans are
Yeah,
set.
rival company.
That's concerning. That you've already got your plans set for that
2020.
rival. Oh no! Wait, when's that? That's next year. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready for that competition yet. Now we are talking about TV shows and Eric. Actually, in the break, Eric, we're talking about something different, weren't we? But traveling on the train and bus. If you get on at one stop on the train line and then get off it again, like a bit later on,
Yeah.
then it doesn't charge you anything.
Not all stations. So something like I've seen Joondalup. Yeah, they charge. That's for sure.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, because when you get out, you gotta tap out before you can get on the other side of the train.
Oh no, you don't
But-
have to.
Yeah.
It's an island station, so if you get off, you can go just walk across the platform to the next one. Do you mean
Yeah, or I don't know.
Which one do you mean?
I can't remember. I don't remember whether it's Joondalup.
is it on this line?
Yeah, it's on this line. Definitely on this line. It's
I
either
think-
Joondalup or
Because Joondalup you don't have to. 'cause
maybe
it's an
Butler.
island.
I'm not
no,
sure.
is
I
it
can't
Greenwood? It's Greenwood.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Greenwood, yeah, because they have two different platforms. So yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be
you
the
can
one.
just walk over and sit in the train.
Yeah, but and so you done it before on a Joondalup line. You went from Murdoch to no one's gonna do anything because
Tell anyone.
we've confessed many things on here. Like we've talked about how I don't know. Actually, we confessed nothing. You're the first one.
Oh dear.
No, I'm joking. You're probably not. Someone has. No, there's nothing I can think of. Because we said nothing. No, it's not that bad because you've still tagged on, tagged off like you're meant to.
Yeah.
It's not illegal.
Technically,
So it's not illegal. What's the problem here?
just exploiting a flaw in the system.
Oh, we've released that flaw, so now you can do the flaw. Oh, we're gonna get all sorts of trouble for this. We're exposing the transperf train system.
Isaac's responsible.
Oh, because I'm the CEO, so I'm responsible. Thanks for that, Eric.
This is Youth Jam Radio Drive.
Eric, guess what happened?
What?
This not English guy. This Western Australian Russian guy. He's a citizen of our country. He has
Okay.
been named one of the top 40 richest people in Australia. He is being
Astonishing.
charged. I know, astonishing, eh? He's being charged with being the brains behind a scam in the US, which scammed US residents $196 million in debt. He made them $196 million in debt.
My God.
I know. You know how he did it? He did some text messages. So
Ooh.
I know he's one of those fancy scammers who takes money by text. So what he did, he is accused of taking part in one of the US's biggest telecommunication scams in the US history, which saw countless citizens tricked out of more than $196 million. So actually, it's more like times that by like 20, because so each time he took $196 million out of someone's account. So he's taken it more than once.
Interesting.
So he's now facing 60 years in prison for that, which so right, he should get that 60 years in prison. What if? Oh my god! He was raised in Perth and he made millions by inventing the automatic SMS delivery service.
Oh.
So what you're using now, this guy is responsible for. His name is Zenya. Oh my gosh, a Russian name, Tezventenko.
Tezventenko.
Yeah, that guy. So he's accused of doing this scam. But he says his life of luxury and days of partying with Hollywood stars like Snoop Dogg may soon come to an abrupt end if he's found guilty of taking part in the US auto-subscribing scheme that ran from 2011 to 2013. The scam automatically charged users $13 a month for text messages containing horoscopes, trivia and celebrity news, even if they were never actually subscribed to the service. Very dodgy, I reckon. I'm going to charge that guy myself. Well, I'm not sure what with, but I'll charge him.
This is Youth Jam Radio Drive.
Good to have you, Eric.
Good to be here.
And he's learning the ropes about to announce because I want to get him announcing more because, he's just such a talented announcer. He's like, don't do this to me, please don't. He's happy to fill in, but doesn't want to do his own shift yet. But that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I understand.
definitely.
But he's going to be doing some more fill-ins, so I'm very excited.
Oh dear.
He's like, oh gosh, what you got me into? Now, we're talking about MKR and MAFS, Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
And you know that MKR, My Kitchen Rules, has been going for 10 years.
Did not know that.
A whole 10 years of kitchen and cooking. And they had an anniversary special, and they showed the list of the viewers all of the worst people who were on that show. And there were some horrible people. There were some people who swore at each other. There was one who called someone else a cow because they didn't like their face.
Oh.
I was like, "What is this?" It was so bad. But there are some really and apparently it's also genuine. Like, apparently it's not scripted. But I'm not sure if I believe that.
I don't know about this because with television, all of it is scripted.
Well, a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll be able to tell you with some news that I've got. I can't announce it yet, but I can tell you a little later in the year that news, and I'll be then I'll know firsthand what it's like to work in the TV world. We'll see how it goes.
We shall see.
We shall see, because I want to know myself. Is it all scripted or what? Because I reckon quite a big chunk of it is, but some of it you got to admit, it can't always be scripted, can it?
You can technically.
Because radio isn't scripted that much. No, not much of this is scripted. Actually, none of this is scripted.
Yeah.
But when I was at other stations I used to work for, we only scripted some of it. Most of it wasn't scripted. We just turned up. We knew we had a paper that said, "Oh, just interview this guy or say this," but there was never a script. We just had to go with whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
And don't swear.
Yep.
But radio is very different to TV. TV is you can see the reaction when you do something. So on radio, if you can just cut to the next thing. TV is a little bit difficult.
You just got that gaga on the radio, you know?
Oh dear.
This is Youth Jam Radio Drive.
Now you've got a very interesting life, my friend.
Do I?
You've moved to China, Malaysia, is it as well?
Yeah.
And all whilst being an Aussie citizen. I was just mind blown. How was it moving? What was it like moving around so much?
You get used to it, you know. It's an experience, that's for sure.
So you've lived in China.
Yep.
What was that like? Because I can imagine that was a unique thing.
Oh, I can't remember because I was what?
How many years was it though? 5 years?
It was about 5 to 6 years.
So you don't remember anything about it?
I can't remember anything.
Because if I was, I'm a sad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember much of that at that age. But obviously China's a very confidential place. You can't get much in and out of it. Info, and in China you can't use Google. Got to use whatever their thing's called.
Weibo.
Yeah, you got to use that, and not everything's on it. There's some stuff that's not on it. Quite a few things that aren't on it.
I mean, everything is on it in China, but it's just
People can't.
Chinese.
No, but it's restricted. They restrict info. For
Yeah.
people.
No. They don't restrict the info. They basically just copy it and just make it in their own.
Oh, because
Yeah.
in China you can't access the station there.
Yeah.
You can't access
Un-
our station.
Yeah, unless you use a VPN.
I'm sorry, the Chinese system. Wait, I can't say sorry today because they're not even listening.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you were in China and you couldn't listen and you're listening now. Sorry. Even though I doubt that's going to happen. But
Yeah, maybe.
we could do Youth Jam China even though it would never happen because the government won't let us do it. 'Cause it's
We could always do it from here, technically, and call it Youth Jam
Then how
China.
would we get it access? Because it would be the same.
Use a
kind of-
VPN. Just promote the use of
Is it
VPN.
allowed?
Yeah. I mean, it's technically allowed, but you're not supposed to do it. But it's not illegal.
Ah, okay.
It's not
So
illegal.
But we'll get in trouble, would we, for promoting?
No, we
it?
wouldn't. No, we wouldn't.
Oh, okay. Youth Jam China, here we come. On the next plane over. I'm on the next plane over. But my teacher went to China last year, and he was saying how it's a shock to the system. All their, it's just so weird. He says, but because they have different areas, which are different country, like food wise. So
different states, yeah, definitely.
But I would love to see the Great Wall of China. That does sound interesting. But I haven't been to China, so I wouldn't have a clue what to look for. But I know that Beijing is the capital, and Shanghai is biggest city. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. Yeah, that's I should be it.
But they have like 50 lane highways.
Yeah.
How do you know how Perth drivers, they cannot merge. We can't merge. It's just, I don't know why we can't do it. If we were in China, Perth drivers would not survive.
Absolutely not.
No, they wouldn't. They could not.
Hands down.
Oh, but imagine crossing that road. If you had to cross that road, that'd be a
I mean,
nightmare.
crossing it isn't the issue. It's just being on the road, because I've known a couple of my teachers and a couple of friends who've actually went to China. They've been stuck in traffic, and the thing about being stuck in traffic is that you get stuck at least an hour there. So people will actually stay on the side of the road, and whenever the cars just stop, they know it's going to stop for an hour, they'll just come out and start selling stuff. So you got people selling food, you got people selling diapers, you got people selling all sorts of things.
Is that even legal?
That is legal.
That is crazy. That's smart, though. Go. What we'll do is, when it happens in China, we'll go over with our big radio and just broadcast Watch It Up Earth to them. Plug it in the radio. Oh, that's pretty cool, though. That's good thinking.
Good thinking, but yeah,
not the safest thing.
Yeah, not the safest, especially if the cars just suddenly decide to move.
But do they get any purchases or what? Do they get any purchases?
Purchases?
Like, do people buy anything?
Yeah, of course, people buy things all the time. So like food and drinks and diapers, especially because there aren't any toilets around. So.
Well, just think, if you miss the supermarket on your way home in China.
Yeah, you can just buy it while on the way back. Yeah.
That's it.
But it's impossible to miss the supermarket, because in China, even if you're like taking the subway or taking the bus, there is going to be a shop somewhere.
Yeah, because they love their money in China.
Not technically money, but not real money.
I see.
Because everything digital there. Nobody uses money there.
Crazy.
This is Youth Jam Radio Drive.